Big pecs and six-pack abs are a thing of the past. Today I'm going to show you the 5 landmine exercises to a big, strong, powerful, impressive back. Stay tuned.
Let's go.
Hey guys, what's going on? Coach Frank here at the Criticalbench compound. And in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 best landmine exercises that you can do to build a big, strong, powerful, impressive back. Now, the great thing about training with a landmine is obviously if you're at your commercial gym, a lot of them are going to have this setup I'm going to show you today. But for you guys that are still training at home, I'm going to show you how to actually take all these exercises and do it in your garage or in your home gym. So the first thing is, let me just walk you through how to set this landmine up at home. Obviously, like I said, for you guys that are training at commercial gyms, most of them are going to have this anchor set up here. So just find the area within your gym where you're going to have this landmine set up. For those of you guys that are training at home though, it's a real simple setup that all you're going to need is a barbell and a corner. So 2 walls and a barbell. You're gonna be able to actually just stake one end of the barbell, just jam it into the corner. Obviously, it is gonna cause some damage to the paint and wall. So, you know, if it's your gym, that's something you're gonna have to put up with. But for those of you guys that are training in the garage, just plug it there in the corner and then just make sure that it's not gonna move as you're rowing. I'm gonna do all of today's demos on this actual landmine setup that we have at the gym. So I'm gonna show you the 5 exercises, walk you through a little bit of execution, and explain to you how this is gonna target and work different areas of your back. Now the first one is gonna be a typical bent over landmine row. Now what we like to use for this is our close grip V handle. For those of you that don't have this, once again, if you're training at home, just take 2 handles and link them together. So get an anchor to link them together, and instead of having to put this here, you'll have your split handles, and this will serve as your handle here. But I'm gonna use our V grip handle. So as we're gonna set up a bent over row, keep in mind that the exercise is called bent over. So our execution is gonna be close to parallel to the floor. So get your V bar in position. I like to get it as close to this weight as possible. So you'll notice that all these barbells have this little device here that keeps the weights from sliding across. So just take your handle, insert it up there all the way at the top. Now you want to get a nice wide stance so you can have a base for your leg and foundation, and simply bend over, and then you're focusing on rolling or rowing up to your chest, okay? Where you should feel this working is really down the middle of your back. So your spinal erectors, really that main center part of your back. It's really going to give you a lot of thickness there. So that's the VBar Row. Obviously, like I said, do it on landmine setup, or for those of you guys who are training at home, same execution, same model. Before we move on to the rest of today's exercises, I want to share with you guys a free gift that we have. Obviously, you're watching the Criticalbench channel here. You guys are doing tremendous with your progress and exercises. You're learning what you need to do in the gym. But as we all know, results are really dictated by 80% of what you put into your body. So it's not just what you do in the gym, it's what you're consuming out of the gym. So what we have, guys, is we have our free, delicious anabolic protein smoothie recipe. And if you order this just by clicking the link below, it's absolutely free. We're gonna send you the shaker cup as well. So there's breakfast smoothies, there's post-workout smoothies, pre-workout smoothies, snack smoothies, dinners. Guys, there's everything you're gonna need to build muscle, burn fat, and build the body that you've always wanted. So it's absolutely free. Just click that link below. We're gonna send you this free shaker cup as well. Back to the movement, guys. So we've shown you the bent over row. I wanna show you a slight variation, which is gonna be more of an upright version of this. So with this one, I'm gonna go with a rope. Now, if you don't have a rope, use the same handle that you did before. The only thing we're gonna change is our actual setup of our body. So like we did the first one, we did bent over, almost at 45 degrees. Focus on hitting the middle of the back. This one is gonna be upright. We're really gonna focus on working that top upper shelf of your back. So your traps, your rear delts, we'll get a lot of the movement here. So with the rope, once again, get it in place to where it's secured and locked and not sliding through the bar. Once again, you really want to make sure you have a secured stance. Everything that you do starts from the bottom up. Now with here, stay upright and think about rowing with your upper back. You should really feel those elbows flare out as you row. Obviously, using the rope makes that very easy to do, but if you have to use these handles, I'm going to show you just the variation with that one. So we're going to put our handles in place, stand upright, and row with your upper back. Once again, elbows flare, really getting that top shelf of your back to really open up. Now the third movement that we're gonna walk you through today is gonna be a single arm row. I'm gonna show you guys that have access to a handle, how to use the handle. Once again, because we're doing this at home, we're doing this with limited equipment, I'm gonna show you the variation if you don't have this. So if your gym comes with this handle, it's great because it just slides right in here, allows you to get parallel with the weight. Once again, everything starts at the ground. So don't stand on one foot, don't balance and try to be wobbly. Get secured, locked down. Okay, hips are back. And then I'm rowing here. This is really working those lats. So the first exercise, hit the middle of our back, our rhomboids. The second exercise really worked on that top shelf of the back, those traps, those rear delts. This one is gonna get more of the lats. So I showed you the right arm with the handle. If you don't have the handle, you could row from here, which is gonna distribute the weight a little bit behind you. It's gonna target more of the lower lats. Or if you row here, it's gonna target more of the upper lats. So because I had that one, I'm gonna do a similar variation. So feet planted, secure, locked on the ground, weight is slightly behind me, brace my core, and I'm thinking about rowing behind me. Okay, now slight variation of this, and this was probably my favorite landmine exercise during my competition days. I really got to give a lot of credit to this for a lot of development that I put in the final few years of my career. But it's called the Meadows Row, and this was invented by John Meadows, who's one of the world's best bodybuilding instructors, elite strength and conditioning coach of all time. So it's a single arm movement. The difference is instead of standing, I guess what would be parallel to the bar, we're gonna stand perpendicular. So the weight is gonna be centered out here a little bit further. All we're doing is we're changing the force angle of the load. So it's gonna target the muscle a little bit different. Once again, everything starts from the ground up, feet locked in and secured. We wanna keep a parallel to the floor as well. This is an extreme bent over, okay? And then we're gonna take our elbow and think about rowing our elbow out to the opposite wall. This is getting those lats involved, but it's also targeting a lot of that upper back and rear delt. So it's really bringing everything together in this area of your back. So I did 4 there, and let me just keep everything balanced with the left arm as well. Once again, feet locked in, secured through the ground, brace my core, imagine rowing, keep that elbow locked out. All right, so that's 4 of the 5. Those are 4 different variations of row movements. The 5th and final one is gonna be a landmine deadlift. Hopefully you guys are doing deadlifts in your training right now. If not, we have tons of videos on execution for that, so make sure to go watch those after you view this today. This is gonna be a different variation. You can use it with any handle that we've shown you here today. Once again, just put your bar in a locked and secured place. Feet are locked down. Now you can really play, if you wanna go sumo, that's great. We're gonna keep everything traditional right here, slightly pulled up. And all you're doing is you're focusing on your hip hinge, driving those glutes back on the way down, really squeezing everything up on the way down. This is really an entire posterior chain exercise. It's obviously working a lot of the lower back. You're having to brace everything up the middle to keep the weight secure, but it's also getting a little bit of your hips and hamstrings involved in the movement as well. All right, guys, so there you have the 5 best landmine exercises to build that big, strong, powerful, and impressive back. Comment below, what was your favorite exercise in today? What was one that you haven't seen before? Let us know. But also, if you're new to the channel and haven't done so yet, tap that subscribe button so you get notified every single time a new video is released. And if you got value out of this video, leave us with a thumbs up. But before you leave, guys, make sure what I said at the beginning, make sure you pay attention to that. 80% of your results will be dictated not by what you do in the gym, by what you consume outside of the gym. So if you haven't done so yet, tap that first link down there in the pinned comment, pick up our free, delicious anabolic protein shakes. We're gonna send you the Criticalbench smoothie, absolutely free. But Frank Rich from the Criticalbench compound. I'll see you guys on the other side.